What is going on, gang? We are back. YouTube play of the day. One spot today. I'm going to stick to doing one here for a couple days, unless the slate is just absolutely massive. We've been splitting too much, and I just want to give on my favorite one of the day. So we're back at it after yesterday. We went, I believe we went 2-0 on the show for Pass the Prop NBA. So I didn't have a play on the show here, YouTube play of the day spots. So it's been a little bit since the weekend, since Saturday. Split on Saturday, just like I said. Purdue flew over. Madison flew under. Unfortunately, that one just poor shooting. And there's not much you can do. I like my read, but obviously the guys have to play well. The pace was there. It was just very good defense, and shout out to those teams. I mean, there's not much you can do on those. You got to take the L's with the W's on these and kind of understand they're still playing the game as well. So it happens. Good matchup. Should be a good matchup there in the future with James Madison and those plays. So, yeah, one other thing I do want to mention here. For this game, did fly under the total, flew over the first half. Just keep that in mind when you're betting on Iowa games, betting on Purdue games. A lot of these Big Ten games, they'll come out firing, but then slow down towards the end. Just a thing that I've been kind of noticing here in these Big Ten initial conference matchups. Let's pull up my screen here. I'm going to pull up FanDuel here. FanDuel is going to be where I have the spot here for today. I'm going to be going San Diego, Portland, over 158.5. Over on FanDuel, minus 115. Nope, not 158.6. It's 0.5. I don't know how you get 0.6, but hey, if we can do that and take it under, maybe we do that. But all right, we're going over 158.5. Love this conference. You guys know this. Love hanging out there in the West Coast and grabbing these spots here. Portland, San Diego, let's just go over the overlying numbers. I know you guys kind of want to know what we're looking at here overall. Portland so far on the season, 226 in offense, 109 pace. So obviously not very good. They're very poor defensively, 319th in the country. Not something you really want to see. But they're gonna be facing off against San Diego. And no, this is not San Diego State. This is a much worse version of a San Diego team here. San Diego plays extremely fast. They're middle of the pack in defense, below average offense, but I do really like the spot for both these teams, right? Both these teams have had a tough start to the conference season. You look at the Portland side. Portland, they played Santa Clara, got wiped. Played San Francisco, got wiped. Played St. Mary's, got wiped. That's their last three games. Obviously, very good team. Santa Clara is very nice. They're a good basketball team. And then you go over to the San Diego side. Pepperdine, they lost by 6. San Francisco, they lost by 20. Lost by almost 30 to Gonzaga, and they played Gonzaga again already, and they lost by 40. So, obviously, both of these teams need to get it rolling here, right? They're at the bottom of this conference, and I think they will. I think this game is going to be played to their type of pace. Like I said, Gonzaga, it's tough when you're running with Gonzaga because they're just so much better than these two teams specifically. But a lot of these games, they've been good defenses. St. Mary's, very good defense, very slow. Santa Clara has a good defense, and their offense is very, very good. You go up and down the list, they've had tough matchups here so far in the conference, and this is going to be the first one where it's going to be like, okay, you want to play the same way as us. So looking at these numbers, pace should be there. But what I do really like, going into a little bit more of the in-depth stuff here, we're going to the Portland side. They got Robertson, Williams, and Harris, all over 12 points per game, all of them shooting 39% or better from the three-point line, which I think is going to be very important when I talk about that in a second. Then you go over to the San Diego side. McKinley is their number one guy. Deuce Turner right up towards the top. Both of them playing heavy minutes, 14 a game, or 14 points per game, not minutes, 14 points per game. But their top three guys, Hayes, Turner, McKinney, all over 36% from the three-point line here. Obviously, very important about what we're going to talk about here. So let's start out with Portland. Portland, they don't shoot the three ball that well comparatively to what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to drive the paint and then kick it, right? They need to get to the free throw line is kind of what we're seeing here. So Portland actually is very good at drawing personal fouls. The opponent personal fouls for Portland here is top 60. They're 60th in the country, almost 19 fouls against them per game, which means they're getting a lot of those drives in there. But I think it's going to be important in this game because San Diego fouls a lot. They foul a lot. And also San Diego does suck at guarding the three-point ball too, which both of those things will help Portland here because, like I said, their top three guys snipe. And again, my biggest thing too when you're looking at these game logs and all this stuff, if you look at Portland's team numbers, they suck at threes, 33%. But I want to know who the guys are going to be that are going to be out there, for a lot of the game, right? You got Williams, Robertson, and Harris. All of these guys are 30 minutes per game. And those guys are all 38, 39%, right? So you can't just look at the overlying of everybody on this team because those guys are shooting the three ball extremely, extremely well. So I think that's going to be a big spot here. San Diego, obviously, like I said, McKinney, Turner, Hayes, those guys are going to be very tough to stop here for the San Diego team, who does foul a lot as well. Also, San Diego should be able to just shoot the heck out of the ball here. Like I said, Hayes 39%, McKinney 37%, and Turner 36.5% from three. What I really like here is even when these spreads are very close, right? San Diego's a three-point dog in Portland tonight. San Diego's going to have to keep this close, right? And what I like is San Diego shoots the free throws extremely well. Turner 87%, Hayes 85%, McKinney 75%. That's going to be important. I think both of these teams are going to want to run. I think both of them are going to get a ton of foul calls. We've seen that a lot in these West Coast Conference games. And like I said, these are the first times in conference that both these teams will be like, all right, let's go. I don't have to worry about this other team being significantly better than me. I don't have to worry about this team trying to slow us down. It's going to be open, free-flowing, letting it roll. I think San Diego and Portland are both just going to run and gun this game. And like I said, both teams, very, very nice shooting the free throws, which are important in these types of matchups, especially in these close spread games, right? 4-point spread. Going to want to hit those free throws down the stretch. And hopefully Portland can be hitting those shots at home. In San Diego, hopefully their stuff travels there. I mean, they should be able to. A lot of these guys are older guys. McKinney's still shooting pretty well. It's kind of funny when you look at McKinney's numbers. He's shooting 60% from three on the road this year. Obviously not sustainable. But you look at those guys, Deuce Turner shooting 46.5% from three on the road this year in 8 games. Might be something to look at. If they continue to shoot like that, that's a very weird scenario where maybe we just back the San Diego team on the road. So thank you guys for tuning in and listening to your boy talk a little bit too long on this one. Rolling with San Diego over 158.5 as our play of the day. Hit that like button if you could. Subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out over here. We'll be back tomorrow past the prop NBA. Hopefully getting another sweep for you guys. And best of luck tonight. And let's make some